What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Guys Gotta Eat, made possible by the Cult of Con. That's you guys. I'm Con Man, and thank you for being here. Today, we're getting into something special. This is kind of a change of tides or something for this show. Today, we are doing something out of the ordinary, inspired by one of the creators in our community, JT Follows JC, who recently did a show on his Modern Roots Life podcast talking about eating healthy and making healthy food decisions. And I was inspired today to take on the challenge of eating something that wasn't just junk. And bear with me, okay? I'm not the master of dietary health. But today we stopped off at what is called Kitchen Table Cafe, which is all I've got is this receipt that I just ripped off because this is just like a generic bag. But yeah, Kitchen Table Cafe, which is a local to my area location, which specializes in a variety of breakfast and brunch foods. And as a somewhat regular attendee of this location, I generally get like pancakes or like French toasts. They've got all kinds of like berries and chocolate chip and like everything you can imagine, like delicious, amazing foods. And we'll probably have to go back to do that. But today we decided to go for something a little bit more healthy, aiming for that healthier side of things. However, I'm not guaranteeing that this is the best choice. It's just better than what we would normally get. So first things first is we have a bowl of it's got avocado stuck to it though, of fruit here. This is a melon assortment. So we have it looks like there's like some mandarin oranges. It looks like there's some, probably some honeydew and cantaloupe, which I should really like melons. So, I think there's even like pineapple in here. So check that out. I mean, obviously everything is always really intense with the exposure. I don't think that there's any like fixing that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just give it a second. And then you can get a view. Really nice, fresh fruit, and it smells absolutely delicious. So that's one good, healthy choice so far. Let's go. And then we also have in this dish here, which is, it's kind of fallen apart or fallen to the wayside here. There's an avocado wedge and some sourdough toast. And then we also have some turkey bacon as well. So this is all, I mean, it's not as glorious as like the prepackaged foods or the the shiny, shimmery, sugar-coated, crazy stuff. The beauty is not quite there. But that's not always the case. When things are made naturally and put together in a more natural way, you tend to see things looking a bit more natural. And so that's actually a good thing in my mind. I'm very excited. What I want to do is I want to spread some of this avocado on the toast. I think that's the first step to what we're going to do to enjoy this. And then what we're going to do from there is I'm going to put this avocado and bacon on to the toast and have an avocado turkey bacon toast sandwich. That's what I think I'm going to do with this. So just bear with me as I chop it up. But as I am preparing this, I just want to tell you guys that this will be the first time I've literally tried to do something healthy on the channel. So I think we're making progress. I have spoken over the course of the last year about, as the channel develops, that I was deliberately just getting like a foundation put together for the future of the show. And in this case, this is kind of like me discovering that there's other things besides French fries and macaroni and cheese in the world, because as a food person, I kind of am late to the game. I didn't have a lot of variety in my life growing up, and I never really was much of a food person, I guess you could say. But now that I've gotten a bit older, I've been really starting to feel the impact of the things that I choose to eat and stuff. So because of all that, I felt that it was really important to start to make better choices about what I'm eating and stuff. And this is kind of one of those first steps. I think in the long run, the goal will be to actually start preparing some of my own foods at home and showing you guys how that process is done, and then what you can do also for good ingredients and good, ways to conquer that whole need to feed without making yourself sick and die, because obviously, a lot of the stuff I eat on here is just nasty. But with that all being said, guys, let's take it out. We've got the whole sourdough toast with the avocado and bacon on here, and it's turkey bacon. I've made the decision to cut all pork and ham out of my diet for various reasons. We'll talk about that more on the main character this week. But Bon apple tea. The taste of health. Okay. Let's get another. In addition to a healthier choice, we also chose a healthier beverage, which is water. Refreshy. Safeway, Signature Select. Refreshy. Anyway. Awesome. So far, so good, man. This health thing just might work out. Look, I understand sourdough is not like, carbo bread is not really it, but we're taking steps in the right direction. What have we here? This is an apple wedge. Let's go. This is a grape. I actually feel like it's the biggest gamble in the world. Honeydew. This is a cantaloupe. Cantaloupe. Those are hit and miss. I love cantaloupe, but it's got to be right. You know what I'm saying? We got a mandarin. Oh, we got a mandarin. That one wasn't the best. See, I can't judge you on fruit though. It's like it's a skill of its own to be able to like pick out ripe fruits and stuff. So this is a honeydew. This is the hardest one in the world to get right. Honeydew is almost always just like an unyielding, hard green wedge with no flavor. Like that one. The first of those two was way better. All right. Let's pause and let's talk about some data. Let's talk about some brass tacks here. First things first, obviously this was a much healthier option than what would have been. I could have gotten cinnamon French toast or strawberry waffles or something, and there's a chance that I'll probably go back and do that at some point in the near future. But for now, the avocado bacon sourdough toast sandwich it's honestly really good. I would like to eat some more of it. I'm actually really hungry this morning, and I just would like to get back to that. So obviously that's a good sign. I'm not rejecting this. I'm not saying, ugh. The fruit is kind of, maybe because it's not high fructose corn syrup, or maybe it's just the fact that, some of the fruit is better than others. I'm still going to eat it all. It's pretty good. I'm not complaining. Overall, I mean, obviously water is water. There's nothing to write home about. It is from the refrigerator, so it's cold, and it is bottled water. It tastes pretty good. There's nothing weird that I know of going on with it, except for probably microplastics or something like that. But anyway, the sandwich is great, and so we'll talk about all the elements of it. The sourdough toast was cooked really well. Like, it was toasted properly. They did butter it. I guess you could get it unbuttered if you wanted. That's probably the right way to do it for health reasons. You don't need the butter, but it does add to the flavor. Obviously, buttered toast is pretty good. The avocado piece is kind of like a sliced wedge of avocado that I got, and I just kind of spread it out across the bread. The avocado was good. It wasn't like hard. It wasn't unripe. It was actually pretty perfect. It might have spent a little more time I think it sat out in a little bit, and so that'll kind of turn it brown a little bit. It wasn't brown, but you know what I mean? It was like it had seen some atmosphere at room temperature, but it's in a hot kitchen, and so it was in the box, and Lord knows how long that was, maybe a couple of minutes before I came and picked it up. So I'm not complaining at all. It is what it is. It's kind of like a banana that sits out on the counter long enough, it starts to kind of get color on it. So it's just part of fruit and nature. If you can't handle that, I don't know. I think maybe we get too uniform in our standards from all that pre-packaging and like fabricated stuff that we get used to eating. So it's nice to have something that's a little more natural, that behaves naturally. It doesn't like preserve for months like some cheeseburger or something. Anyway, pretty good. No complaints there. The turkey bacon, honestly, some of the best turkey bacon I've ever had. I don't know what brand it is, but the preparation was good. They cooked it enough that it was like almost crispy, but just still has a little bit of that flexibility, which is what I prefer. That's like the state to cook bacon to. So if it's turkey bacon, then I know I'm not exposing myself to whatever the the potential is. It's not a conspiracy show, so I'll just say that I just am not big on pork products at this point in my life. So, yeah, with all that being said, this combination sandwich of avocado, turkey bacon, and sourdough toast is a success. And the fruit cup is also pretty good. Let's talk about numbers, okay? The first 5, that's always about the delivery, the location, the customer service, whatever. I'd say that part is 5 out of 5. The ordering process was easy. The order came out when it was supposed to. They're always busy, but always efficient over there. The staff was nice to me. They brought my order right up to me. And everything was packaged properly in this nice to-go tray and everything. So all that, they nailed it. 5 out of 5. It's always tough because I feel like I've been so far in the past giving food such a high rating on the scale because it's been, so easy for me to say, oh, this is so good, because for me, it's like I've only ever eaten junk all my life and like very low variety, very low quality. And on this, journey, I've been eating healthy and exercising and trying to try new things, experiment with new things. And there's all kinds of junk that I just never got to try. So I'm going to be eating junk on this show. You better believe it. But maybe I could be a little bit more critical in the future. Maybe we'll have like a threshold we cross where it's like, guys gotta eat the new season or whatever. Now it's like, we're gonna be harsher than ever. We're gonna start being a big, critic. Who knows? We'll see. But as it stands, I would say the fruit was good, the sandwich is good, the service was good. Everything that they made here for me today was good, including the price. I think I paid something like $14 with a tip. And I tend to be pretty generous with tipping, so I think it was like 10-ish bucks or something like that for the actual, close to 10 bucks or something for the meal. So not too bad, right? I think that's a pretty fair price, pretty good food, and definitely, worth taking the time out this morning to go down here and get it. And to be honest, I'm hungry. I'm ready to finish it off. So we're going to go ahead and give them the old 9.5 out of 10. That's pretty high up there, but man, you should try some of the other stuff they have over there. Even if you're not into the health food, dude, they'll take care of you. With all that being said, guys, I'm going to dive in and chow down and finish off what I got left here. And with all that being said, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. If you are interested in supporting the channel at all, go on over to patreon.com/thecultofcon. Consider becoming a supporter, and just want to take a moment to shout out to all of our current supporters. Thank you guys so much for making this possible. And with all that being said, I'm diving in, y'all. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.